So,
Well, I want to touch a little bit on what you're just talking about, because I stress all the time that
mhm,
every garden is unique, and I've made videos and I've done live streams where I very specifically say, don't do what I do
mhm,
just because I say that I do it. Go to other sources, look at other videos, go to some blog postings, look in a book, and coincidentally, and you know this, so when you and I start talking soil and we're talking the same thing because we've done the same kind of readings and we've done the same type of growing, that's a start. When you got two people that are now saying the same thing, that should say, oh, maybe there's something to this, but that still shouldn't be the only reason you do it. Look for that third source. And there's much about gardening now that you go to on YouTube. You go to the biggest channels. For the most part, we're all saying the same thing because we are preaching basically the gardening gospel that says this works regardless of where you are. But
mhm.
it's not universal, like you pointed out. There's a very big gardening channel, and I agree with you. There's a couple of them actually. I don't know where they get their information. Sometimes it is literally 180 degrees off. There's one guy with one video they did a few years ago talking about um, a particular type of plant and saying that you need to put it in acidic soil. And if you put it in acidic soil, it's going to kill it. It has to be an alkaline soil. So it's like, okay, you've got to check other sources, because if you've got 9 people that say put this plant in alkaline soil and you've got one person that says put it in acidic soil, I tend to favor the 9 that can show the
Yeah.
plant actively growing and give that a little more credence.
Well, and like I don't know if the person just made a mistake, but if they did, they should redo their video
Yeah.
to change it. But we call it like because I was injured. I used cannabis, and that's why I got into growing to the depth that
Mhm.
I did. And it's the bro science, you know. Oh well, yeah, I did this and it really worked. Well, maybe that worked in your specific case, and maybe it was something totally different because you tried 20 different things at the same time.
Exactly.
That's where experimentation and learning from somebody that you can go back, a year, 2 years, 3 years back into their channel and look at what they did and how they have progressed in their journey, I think is one of the keys that people need to understand. Like I talk about, it's what the heck is his name? Captain. Oh, not Captain Jack. I think it's Captain Matt. He's a worm farmer, an older gentleman
Oh,
like us who started worm farming. And if you go back in his videos, you can see all the different methodologies he's tried. And he shares all this information with you. If you find a brand new channel that has no past and you can't go back and look at what they've been teaching, then in a lot of ways you're doing yourself a disservice unless you personally know the person and you can trust them. Then you can really get led down the garden path, I guess would be a nice way to put it.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and that's actually how I began that focus on my channel all those years ago.
Mhm,
I didn't have a lot of subscribers. I was watching all the videos on how to grow your channel and all that kind of stuff. But it's like, no, I
mhm,
don't want to grow my channel quickly. I didn't even make an attempt to grow my channel until I had 50 videos
mhm.
in my library.
Yeah.
50 videos that talked about how to prune tomatoes, how to make trellises, how to do all these different activities. And when I finally had 50 videos in, that's when the gloves came off, so to speak, and it's like, okay, now I will promote my own channel, and I will start searching for that audience. And the audience found me because, like you said, they found one of my videos and they said, oh, I like this. There were others that they could look into covering a lot of different topics, because I wanted to avoid exactly what you were talking about. I didn't want to have a great video and then people look and go, oh, that's the only one he's ever done. You need to
Yeah.
have some foundation if you really want to make a difference with how the gardeners are going to garden.
Well, and a lot of people, and it's a really good point you're making, Scott. A lot of people need. Oh, and there's the puppy.
We have a visitor.
Yep.
She's wondering why I'm talking right now, because we're normally sitting in a chair having dinner about this time of day. That's Mala.
Oh, well, Mala's a beautiful looking puppy. I sent mine upstairs because he was whimpering, just before the start of the show. So he's upstairs with Lily. But having that foundation, and if you guys are looking at getting into YouTube and starting to share this, what Scott just told you is an amazing gift to you guys, to start with that foundation, so that it's not just one or two or three videos, but it's the start of a library. Like we're into our third season on this channel, and we're only, we're not even at 3,000 subscribers. I know people that have started and all of a sudden, geez, they got 10 or 20,000 subscribers. They've been doing this for 3 or 4 months, and you're going, what the hell did they do? But then I get emails all the time, guys, people offering to sell me subscribers, tens of thousands of subscribers. So you can get, the deep fake really quick, and unhonest people will buy, 10 or 20,000 subscribers. So they look like they're doing it. They look like they're important, because face it, human beings, we're kind of foolish that way. We like to go, oh, well, this guy's got, 20,000 subscribers, and this guy's got, 400,000 subscribers. So they should be, an authority, when they don't realize that it was just bought and paid for, and the person that's talking is just full of, put it nicely, BS.
Oh yeah, and luckily YouTube has become mature enough, particularly with the way the algorithm works, that you can have 20,000 subscribers in a 3-month period. And if someone clicks on your video and they realize that what you're producing is just crap, they're going to click off of it. And then YouTube's going to stop showing it to people. And you're going to stagnate at 20,000 subscribers because nobody new is going to come along and want to watch it. So I've never chased the numbers. I mean, yeah, it's nice to be able to say that I've got the big numbers, but I think it's more important. I would rather have, and this is the approach I took with my channel, I would rather make a difference with one gardener in that person's garden than to have a million subscribers who don't garden but just watch my videos. For me, it's all about gardening. I treat gardening as part of my way of life. The philosophies that I bring to gardening are the same philosophies that I use in everyday life. So I appreciate you saying kind things about how good I look, but yeah, the way I take care of my garden is pretty close to the way I take care of myself, in the way that you look at what's going right and you look at what's going wrong and you decide what needs to be modified to get the best results. And so the lessons we can learn in our garden just can pay huge benefits in our relationships, in our health, in our life, in so many other things. And, if I get some extra subscribers along the way, fine. But no, it's all about helping out the people who stumble upon my channel. That really makes the difference for me.
Well, I know you grow your own herbs, etc. You dry everything and you consume out of what you have grown. it's a great feeling inside of yourself, Scott, that you're consuming what you have put your hands and love into.
Absolutely.